stared at her bank statement in disbelief. Despite earning a decent salary as a marketing manager, having read several personal finance books, and following budgeting apps religiously, she was still living paycheck to paycheck. Sound familiar? Sarah's story isn't unique. It's the reality for millions of people who think they understand money but are missing the most crucial piece of the puzzle. What if I told you that everything you've been taught about financial education is incomplete? That there's a fundamental truth so powerful, yet so overlooked, that it could transform your entire relationship with money. This isn't about another budgeting trick or investment strategy. This is about the psychological and emotional foundation that determines whether all your financial knowledge will actually work for you. The truth nobody ever told you is this: financial education without emotional and psychological awareness is like trying to drive a car while blindfolded. You might have the best GPS, the finest vehicle, and detailed maps, but if you can't see where you're going, you'll crash every time. Traditional financial education fails. Let's start with an uncomfortable reality. Despite more financial information being available than ever before, financial stress and money problems continue to plague people across all income levels. The reason isn't lack of information, it's that traditional financial education treats money as if it exists in a vacuum, separate from human psychology, emotions, and behavior. Think about it. You probably know you should spend less than you earn, save for emergencies, and invest for the future. These aren't secrets. Yet knowing these facts intellectually and actually implementing them consistently are two completely different things. The missing link is understanding the deep, often unconscious beliefs and emotions that drive your financial decisions. Traditional financial education focuses on the what and the how, but completely ignores the why, specifically, why you make the money decisions you make. It's like teaching someone the rules of chess without explaining that the goal is to checkmate the opponent. You end up with people who know all the moves but have no strategy. The money scripts running your life. Every single financial decision you make is influenced by what psychologists call money scripts, unconscious beliefs about money that were formed early in your life. These scripts operate like computer programs, automatically influencing your behavior without you even realizing it. Here's what's fascinating. These money scripts were likely formed before you were 7 years old, based on what you observed and experienced in your family. A child who watched their parents fight about money might develop the script. Money causes conflict, leading them to avoid financial discussions as an adult. Someone who grew up in a household where money was scarce might believe there's never enough money, causing them to hoard cash instead of investing it wisely. Dr. Brad Klontz, a financial psychologist, has identified several common money scripts that sabotage people's financial success. Money avoidance, the belief that money is the root of all evil, that wealthy people are greedy, or that you don't deserve to have money. People with this script often self-sabotage their financial success. Money worship, the belief that money will solve all problems and bring happiness. This leads to compulsive spending, workaholism, and never feeling satisfied with what you have. Money status, the belief that your self-worth is determined by your net worth. This drives people to live beyond their means, to appear successful to others. Money vigilance, the belief that money should not be wasted and should be saved for a rainy day. While this can lead to good saving habits, extreme vigilance can prevent people from enjoying life or making necessary investments. The crucial insight is that until you identify and address your unconscious money scripts, no amount of financial knowledge will create lasting change. It's like trying to change your destination while following a GPS that's programmed for somewhere else entirely. The emotional cost of financial ignorance, something nobody talks about in traditional financial education. The emotional and psychological toll of money problems extends far beyond your bank account. Financial stress doesn't just affect your wallet, it affects your health, your relationships, yourself, and your overall quality of life. Research shows that financial stress is linked to depression, anxiety, relationship problems, and even physical health issues like heart disease and high blood pressure. When you're constantly worried about money, your brain operates in a state of chronic stress that impairs decision-making abilities. This creates a vicious cycle. Financial stress leads to poor decisions, which create more financial problems, which create more stress. But here's the part that's rarely discussed. Even people with plenty of money can experience financial stress if they haven't developed a healthy relationship with money. That's because financial anxiety often isn't about the actual amount of money you have. It's about your beliefs and feelings about money, security, control, and self-worth. This is why you can meet millionaires who are terrified of going broke and people with modest incomes who feel financially secure. The difference isn't in their bank account balance, it's in their internal relationship with money. The real foundation of financial success. What is the most important thing about financial education that nobody ever tells you? It's this. True financial success starts with developing emotional intelligence around money. This means understanding your money history, identifying your unconscious beliefs, recognizing your emotional triggers, and learning to make financial decisions from a place of awareness rather than automatic reaction. This isn't touchy-feely nonsense. It's practical psychology that directly impacts your bottom line. When you understand why you make the financial choices you make, you can start making different choices. When you heal your relationship with money, all the practical financial strategies suddenly become much easier to implement. Asterisk. Think about someone you know who seems naturally good with money. Chances are, they don't just know financial facts, they have a healthy emotional relationship with money. They're not driven by fear, shame, or the need to impress others. They make financial decisions based on their values and long-term goals rather than emotional impulses. Practical steps to financial emotional intelligence. The importance of financial emotional intelligence is the first step, but how do you actually develop it? Here are practical strategies that go deeper than any budgeting app. Explore your money history. Spend time reflecting on your earliest money memories. What did you learn about money from your family? What emotions come up when you think about money? What patterns do you notice in your financial behavior? Writing these observations down can help you identify unconscious patterns. Practice mindful spending. Before making any non-essential purchase, pause and ask yourself, what am I really trying to buy here? Sometimes we're trying to buy security, status, comfort, or happiness. Understanding the emotional need behind the spending helps you address it more effectively. Asterisk. Develop money mantras. Create positive, realistic statements about money that counter your negative money scripts. Instead of "I'll never have enough money," try "I am learning to manage money wisely." Instead of "money is evil," try "money is a tool I can use to create positive impact." Set value-based financial goals. Instead of setting goals based on what you think you should do, set goals based on what truly matters to you. If family time is your highest value, your financial goals should support that. If creative freedom matters most, your money decisions should align with that value. Practice financial self-compassion. Stop beating yourself up for past financial mistakes. Shame is one of the biggest obstacles to financial progress because it keeps you stuck in old patterns. Instead, treat yourself with the same kindness you'd show a good friend who is struggling with money. Build financial rituals. Create regular practices that help you stay connected to your financial goals and values. This might be a weekly money date where you review your finances, a monthly ritual where you celebrate financial progress, or a daily practice of gratitude for what you have. The compound effect of financial emotional intelligence here is where this approach becomes truly powerful. Just like compound interest, the benefits of developing financial emotional intelligence compound over time. When you're making financial decisions from a place of awareness and alignment with your values, every choice builds on the previous one. Asterisk. Instead of constantly fighting against your unconscious programming, you start working with your natural motivations. Instead of trying to force yourself to follow a budget that doesn't match your personality, you create financial systems that feel sustainable and enjoyable. Most importantly, you stop living in financial fear and start living with financial confidence. This doesn't mean being reckless, it means being grounded, aware, and intentional with your money choices. Asterisk. Beyond individual change, the ripple effect when you develop a healthy relationship with money. The benefits extend far beyond your personal finances. Your reduced financial stress improves your relationships, your health, and your ability to contribute positively to the world around you. You also become a model for others, especially if you have children. Instead of passing on unconscious money scripts that might limit the next generation, you can demonstrate what a healthy relationship with money looks like. Furthermore, when you're financially stable and emotionally grounded around money, you're better positioned to make choices based on your values rather than financial desperation. This might mean choosing work that's meaningful rather than just high-paying, supporting causes you care about, or taking calculated risks that could lead to greater fulfillment and success. The integration challenge. The challenge many people face is integrating this emotional work with practical financial knowledge. It's not enough to just understand your money psychology, you also need solid practical skills. Similarly, it's not enough to just know budgeting techniques, you need to understand why you might resist using them. The most effective approach combines both, developing emotional intelligence around money while also building practical financial skills. Think of it as building both the foundation and the structure of your financial house. Without a solid emotional foundation, even the best financial strategies will crumble. Without practical skills, even the healthiest money mindset won't create the results you want. Your financial education revolution. Understanding that financial education must include emotional and psychological awareness is revolutionary because it shifts the focus from external rules to internal wisdom. Instead of looking for the right financial strategy, you start developing the ability to make financial decisions that are right for you, in your unique circumstances, with your specific values and goals. This approach acknowledges that you are not a financial robot who should follow the same rules as everyone else. You're a complex human being with a unique history, personality, and set of circumstances. Your financial plan should reflect that complexity rather than trying to force you into a one-size-fits-all approach. When Sarah finally understood this principle, everything changed. She realized that her money struggles weren't about lacking. willpower, or intelligence. They were about unconscious beliefs and emotional patterns that were sabotaging her efforts. Once she addressed those underlying issues, the practical financial strategies she'd been trying to implement finally started working. The path forward, true financial education, isn't just about learning how to budget, invest, or save. It's about developing a comprehensive understanding of how money works in your life, both practically and emotionally. It's about creating a sustainable, values-based approach to money that supports your overall well-being and helps you achieve your most important goals. This might mean working with a financial therapist or counselor who specializes in money psychology. It might mean joining a support group focused on financial wellness. It might mean working through these issues on your own through journaling, meditation, or other self-reflection practices. The specific path matters less than the commitment to addressing both the practical and emotional aspects of your financial life. When you do this work, you'll discover that managing money becomes less stressful and more empowering. You'll find yourself making financial decisions that truly align with your values and long-term well-being. Most importantly, you'll develop the financial confidence that comes from understanding not just what to do with money, but why you're doing it and how it fits into your larger vision for your life. This is the foundation of true financial success, and it's the most important thing about financial education that nobody ever told you. Remember, you already have everything you need to create a healthy, sustainable relationship with money. The key is combining practical financial knowledge with emotional wisdom, creating an integrated approach that honors both your logical mind and your human heart. When you do this, you'll discover that financial success isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about creating a life that truly reflects your values and supports your deepest aspirations.